the Supreme Court of the Philippines, here's the latest.
The Judicial and Bar Council, or JBC, on Thursday, August 28 and Friday, August 29, has started conducting public interviews of applicants for the position of Ombudsman at the Supreme Court en banc Session Hall. The applicants seek to replace retired Ombudsman Samuel Martirez, whose term expired on July 27, 2025. Senator Alan Peter Cayetano led the JBC panel, joined by former SC Associate Justice Jose Catral Mendoza, Attorney Nasauro Ferme, former Court of Tax Appeals Associate Justice Erlinda Uy, and Attorney Jose Mejia. Interviewed on Thursday were Philippine Competition Commission Chairperson Michael Aguinaldo, Interior and Local Government Undersecretary Romeo Benitez, Private Practitioner Attorney Joni Caroche Vestido, Court of Appeals or CA Associate Justice Bautista Corpin Jr., and Chair of Philippine Postal Corporation Board of Directors, former CA Associate Justice Stephen Cruz. On Friday, the candidates interviewed were SC Associate Justice Samuel Garlan, Sandiganbayan Presiding Justice Geraldine Faith Ekong, Commission on Human Rights Commissioner Beda Epres, and former Bureau of Internal Revenue Commissioner Kim Jacinto Henares. The interviews will resume on September 1 and 2, 2025. The Court en banc, during its sessions on August 19 and 28, 2025, ordered respondents Senate of the Philippines, House of Representatives, Office of the President, and Commission on Elections to comment on the three separate petitions with prayers for temporary restraining order or TRO filed by Romulo Macalintal, John Barry Tayam, Mistro Yushi Fuji et al. Within 10 days. The three petitions were filed with the SC challenging the constitutionality of Republic Act No. 12232, which moved the December 2025 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan or SK elections to the first Monday of November 2026. The law also allows incumbent Barangay and SK officials to remain in office until November 30, 2026 in a holdover capacity. The SC then ordered the three petitions consolidated. It also ordered Macalintal and respondents, Senate et al., to comment on Liga ng Barangays petition in intervention and opposition within 10 days. Meanwhile, the SC has reorganized the Judicial Integrity Board, or JIB, into the Judicial Integrity Office, or JIO. In a resolution written by Associate Justice Antonio Co. Jr., the SC en banc approved AM number 23-12-05-SC, formally creating the JIO, which is under the supervision and control of the SC. The JIB was created in 2018 and formally organized in 2020. The reorganization into the JIO aims to streamline the handling of administrative disciplinary cases involving members, officials, employees, and personnel of the judiciary. The JIO will be led by a Judicial Integrity Officer or JIO, Clerk of the JIO, and a Deputy Clerk of the JIO. These officials will replace the executive positions under the former JIB. The SC has ruled that a Special Power of Attorney, or SPA, automatically ceases upon the death of the person who granted it, and any acts carried out by the agent afterwards are void, unless covered by narrow exceptions under the law. In a penencia by Associate Justice Henry John Paul Inting, the SC's 3rd Division held that Jessica Alova Oberas lost her authority under the SPA to act on her father Meliton Aloba's behalf upon his death in 1998. In this case, there was no showing that the exceptions were applicable. Jessica was fully aware of her father's death, and the SPA was not made for their mutual benefit. However, since Jessica automatically became a co-owner of the subject property upon Meliton's death, the court clarified that the mortgage and foreclosure sale in favor of San Miguel Foods Inc. were valid, but only for her share. Meanwhile, on Thursday, Chief Justice Alexander Esmundo and the SC Associate Justices received a copy of the signed Republic Act No. 12233, or the Judiciary Fiscal Autonomy Act, from the Senate during a ceremonial turnover held at the SC en banc Session Hall. Senate Secretary Attorney Renato Bantog Jr. led the delegation of officers from the Senate. RA 12233, which strengthens the constitutional guarantee of fiscal autonomy for the judiciary, was signed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on August 14, 2025. Finally, Sandiganbayan Associate Justice Maria Theresa Mendoza-Arcega has been elected as Vice President of the International Association of Women Judges, or IAWJ, for 2025 to 2027 in an online meeting and election attended by the IAWJ's Board of Officers and Directors. Justice Arcega was appointed to the Anti-Graft Court in 2016 and is currently the chair of Sandiganbayan's First Division. She has been serving the judiciary for 35 years, starting as an executive assistant to SC Associate Justice Florence Regalado in 1990. She then transferred to the Bulacan Trial Courts as a clerk of court and later as a municipal trial court and regional trial court judge. Justice Arcega heads the Sandiganbayan's Committee on Gender Responsiveness and serves as the vice chairperson of the Judiciary's Gender Committee.
You are now up to date with the Philippine Supreme Court. I am Diffit Tran, Supreme Court Information Officer.